Today in class, our group will be representing the politician side of things in this argument today, and we are pro-owner, and I hope you enjoy and find some interesting facts, or you at least gain some knowledge today from our video.
During the session of 1850, Lord Ashley brought the matter of work hours in the factory up. After a long session of arguing, Sir George Grey and Lord Ashley came to the agreement that work sessions in the summer would last from 6 in the morning till 6 in the evening, and during the winter, 7 in the morning until 7 in the evening. Workers would also have 1 hour and a half off for food breaks.
Luckner versus New York on the date of April 17, 1905, between Luckner and Oliver Wendell Williams in New York, New York. This case was about the 10-hour law breaking the 14th Amendment. The outcome of the New York case ruled that the setting of maximum hours was unconstitutional and prohibited states from interfering with contracts.
Working in factories in the Industrial Revolution was hazardous. The factory workers faced safety hazards, health hazards, and cruel treatment. Workers in the factories developed lung problems and medical issues. The constant pollution and dust in the air led to mill fever. It killed many children, adults, and workers in industry.
Safety. People were getting together and having more children, which led to people being able to work for less money and leading to more products being able to be produced at a quicker rate in factories for mass production. This follows the rule of iron law, where the more children you have, the less you'll get paid and the less food there is. And then there will have to be a creation of less children and more production and jobs to be made for people to have a life. This productivity started in the 1970s. The revolution sustained a golden century of progress. Thomas Malthus wrote the essay of Principle of Population. In this essay, he spoke about overpopulation of the earth and how people would soon outpace their food supply. After this would happen, this would cause famine and disease to run rampant. He believed in Say's law, or in short, supply and demand. Supply and demand is where a want or need for a product determines the price, and it will go up and down based on it, which leads to a greater number of workers needed to produce an item quicker and faster and cheaper.
The Factory Act of 1847, or the 10-Hour Act, is the case I'll be covering today, and it involved these individuals: Lord Ashley, John Bright, Robert Peels, and Richard Ostler. The Factory Act of 1847 stipulated that as of the 1st of July, 1847, women and children between the ages of 13 and 18 could work only 63 hours per week. The bill further stipulated that as of the 1st of May, 1848, women and children 13 to 18 could work only 58 hours per week. That equivalented to 10 hours per day. The bill, in fact, did pass.
Wages in the factory were typically decided by the factory owner. The average male would typically earn around 10 shillings per week, while the average male teenager would earn around 5 shillings per week. The average adult female would earn around 7 shillings per week, while the average teen female would earn around 5 shillings per week, just like the average male teenager. The factory owner can set the wages for his workers at whatever he found most suitable for the work they were doing. As an example, skilled workers would most likely be paid more per week than the unskilled worker.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.